Hello everybody and welcome back to Vintage Survival. So it's still June, and before we move on to the next month we actually have some work to do in our newest field, number 5. You can see it looks pretty weird. This is because of what we did in the previous episode. I drilled the top piece and I drilled the bottom piece, but I left this piece in the middle because that's the really wet area. So my plan, I hope it's going to work, is to subsoil it and then cultivate it and then drill it. And hopefully that will get rid of all of the wet areas. Now I am kind of role-playing here, we don't actually need to be quite as extreme as to subsoil, but yeah, just cultivating it in real life is probably not going to do that much, and really it would need probably land drains putting in, which we can't really do in FS unfortunately, but we can do the next best thing, which is to subsoil. So we basically put a deep leg down, or many deep legs down, and crack that hard crust which is preventing the water from draining away. It's just sitting on the surface. So that's going to be good enough for us, and it certainly should fix that problem, and then we won't have any blotches in the crop. I think the way it's actually been done is if I just drill it now, it will still have blotches, I think. I might be wrong. But yeah, we have to cultivate it up. We have to rip it up just over there. So first things first, we must go to the store, we must get the subsoiler. As it's not going to be used very much at all, in fact probably only in this field, we'll rent it. I know it's £6,000 to buy, so probably the rental fee is, well, not very much at all, maybe £150. Okay, yeah, so also if you're wondering why it's Vintage Survival today, it's because Chainsaw is unavailable to record the video on competitive multiplayer, so that should be tomorrow hopefully, if everything goes to plan. So, subsoilers, here it is, 6,306, so actually twice, more than twice what I said, but still 306. That's not very much at all, and yes, if it solves our drainage problem, then it's certainly worth every penny. So let's just back up to it. It's not very wide, it can't be though, because we don't have a super high horsepower tractor. These things do go pretty deep, and if it's if it's got lots of legs, it's going to be very hard to pull. I think we should be able to pull a 3-leg with this. I hope. We technically don't need to cultivate afterwards. We can just drill straight away, so maybe we'll do that. We'll see what the finish is like. See what it's like. But yeah, we're going across the road here. Straight across. And although yeah, we probably don't need to do every single inch of that area, which is still it's basically the stalks from the sorghum. But yeah, we'll just do it all anyway, even though we don't need to. Let's see if it can pull it first of all. Easily, very easily. And it doesn't need to be wide because it is such a tiny area. Right, that is actually my field. I don't really want to drive in that. We shouldn't need to drive in it too much. That's interesting. It flashed up and said, oh no, it's not my field, is it? No, it can't be. It's our future field. That's field number 4. For some reason I'm thinking it was field number 8. It's because, yeah, it's got that map open. I much prefer the square version, where it doesn't... Wait, it keeps north as north. Oh, that didn't work. So we probably have to enable create field mode. Let's just try that again. Did that work? Yep, that's looking good. That's ripped it out. Yeah. Just spin around and I'll show you a close-up. Before and after. Yeah, you can see it didn't do that piece either. But now it has done. So yeah, it's just really compacted ground. You can see how wet it is. Really wet. And this is just breaking it up, and it should allow the water to drain through. Very good. Straight down the middle. Yep, so very happy with it. This has solved the problem. So I will finish ripping out these hard bits, these compacted bits, and then I'll return this to the store and then we can drill. Well, I think that finish was good enough, actually. I don't think we need to cultivate it. It would just be a waste of fuel and time. So now we can continue putting... Well, I hope it was wheat. That's what I'm putting in. Ignore that different texture there. We're almost out of seed. Hopefully we do have enough, although that's really pushing it. Thankfully, we're extremely close to the store. I think we're going to refill it anyway. Yep, that seems to be enough. Just. Now the whole field is going to grow evenly. Brilliant. Okay, no more flooding, no more puddling at the bottom of the field. So yes, we want to make sure this is totally full. We do have the front loader attached as well, so we can even transport any bags back to the farm. I'm sure we'll have some more drilling to do very soon. But yeah, once we've moved on to July, we can then assess the situation. We can see exactly which fields are going to be harvested soon or straight away. I think actually there might be a field possibly ready in July, or that might be pushing it. We'll see. Okay. Right, so we don't have any bags here. We don't own any bags either, so we'll buy one of these fertilizer, and yeah, just one of them. We can buy them as and when we require them. If we got a bulk discount, then I would buy lots, but yeah, there's just no incentive to do that, so we might as well just buy them as we need them. Yeah, I was going to pick them up, but actually thinking about it, it's going to be too heavy. We better put them in the drill first. If I can squeeze through this gap... I said the same thing last time, and I failed to squeeze through. Yeah, that's going to take some weight out of the bags. Now hopefully the tractor will be able to lift 2 bags, because they're only partially filled. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Not too heavy. And we can transport them back with the drill, which is also full. Ready for the next field, whenever that may be. We probably don't need to put any more wheat in. Right, so we just have the fun of passing traffic. We might get lucky. It is actually possible to get from here to the farm without passing anybody, but it's unlikely. Right, so there's a white car there. I don't really care about the left hand side. There's another car. Okay. We didn't get very far. If it wasn't for the tree, it would have been okay. Signpost. Yeah, it could be worse. Hopefully we don't pass anybody here. This is the worst bit. Oh, good grief. I think they can hear me. Maybe we can get this step done without passing anybody? There's always a bit of cabaret. Oh, look at all this. Right. And we do have to go up here because it's too wide for the gate. Right, and I think we can probably park just in the middle of the yard here. just here. Well, it's a good place to put the fertiliser anyway. Hopefully it doesn't rain. Oh, the forecast is for rain. Right, well, let's just see what's happening. Basically, we've got this field over here, which looks like it's not going to be ready next time. It'll probably be on the second... No, maybe on the last growth stage, actually. And, yeah, nothing else is going to be close. Interesting, except for the grass. We do have the grass, so maybe we should cut the grass today. But then we do have... Yeah, most of it isn't actually fully grown. We're going to have to rest then. Let's just rest. We'll see what's happening. Pretty sure I gave the sheep water, didn't I? Well, they'll have enough to get through to tomorrow. We'll water them tomorrow. And probably feed them. Hardly any rain at all. Just a bit of drizzle. They're sheltered under the silo. I thought there was a massive spotlight on the auger. It's just the sun reflecting. Wow. Right, so the grass has all caught up now. Looks like everything is at the same stage, so that can be cut. I think that's probably what we're going to have to do, because nothing else is ready that we own. We could work for somebody else, but I don't really want to at this stage. We almost own this entire plot. Obviously not these. We don't need to buy these. Just this one here, number 4. And then this whole rectangle is ours. Yeah, those fields actually probably require fertiliser too. They do. Yes, that didn't go unnoticed. Let's put a ring around where we did the subsoiling. So yeah, that's the plan of action. Grass, and then at some point we'll focus on fertilising. It doesn't necessarily have to be today though. And yes, they did have enough water. The chickens need grain, they need grass, so we'll do the animals first. Well, actually, the sheep are easy. There we go, done. No, we just need to do the water. Well, this is the first time that I've cut this grass since I changed the configuration of the field, and yeah, I much prefer it. It is really nice. It's a much easier rectangle. I know it does stick out a little bit into the yard over there. I think that will go eventually because we're going to put a shed up. Yeah, in the end it would be level with where we are now, so it won't have that weird little turret. But no, it's very good. It's except for the lack of trees now, this is much better. We'll have to put some trees in somewhere else, just some established trees in an area where we don't really go to. Like, we don't want to put trees in where we're going to crash into them because that would just be counterproductive. But we'll keep chopping away at this. It's a very satisfying job. Actually, it'd be nice in FS if, instead of just putting in like uniform clumps, if you can actually see the crop being laid down back out, like that looks like it's been mulched up, but of course with this type of mower it's going to lay it in length. It won't actually chop the grass. As I said before, this game is really good, but there's so many things that can be improved. It's sort of clumpy. It looks clumpy. Right, we'll cut down the middle, and that should make it easier because then I can turn. And then we can row it up, and I think we can do this as silage. Mustn't forget to do the chickens' feed. I think, well, the sheep have got some grass now. Let's just see. Yeah, they've got some grass. But if I do put another bale in there, that'll keep them going for a long time. Do we have another bale? I thought we had another bale. Actually, I better check. I don't think we have one in here. No, that's for my wall pallets. Huh. I thought I had some over here in this shed. Oh good, we do. We've got 3, that's fine. So yeah, all of this field is going to be turned into silage in this pit. Let's get it cut. This is absolutely fantastic. Such a clear run. Before I just always crashed into trees and tree stumps. So yeah, very, very happy with this new field configuration. Now I think I vaguely remember seeing a perfect forage wagon on Mod Hub recently. I think it's only released in the past week or two. Because before I was really struggling to find a vintage small forage wagon, and I'm pretty sure there's one out there now. So we'll pick this up next time, hopefully with the forage wagon that I'm sure I've seen. Yeah, I'll find it. And then for the rest of today's episode, we can sort out the animals, make sure they're happy. Because I don't really think that using the hay fork for this is going to be suitable anymore. We probably have more grass than what we had before, and it was pushing its limits anyway for the actual lift. You have to lift it quite high to tip it when the pit gets full. And if it doesn't have enough lift, it will just pick up the material out of the pit again, so that's no good. So we'll probably sell the hay fork if we own it. I think we do, and then we can buy a forage wagon, which we should be able to afford, because if it's the one I'm thinking of, it looked fairly low cost, which would be absolutely perfect. Okay, so we're almost done here. You can see, because it is a good stretch, I'm actually managing to get some fairly decent looking swaths as well. We can probably get 2 more out of it. Something needs to be repaired. We do now own the windrower. I bought this maybe in the previous episode, unless that was the Tedder, but yeah, we do own it. This is now ours, so no more leasing fees on this. We did have a leasing fee earlier in the episode on the tractor, which I think was over £1,000. Eventually we'll be able to buy that tractor. We just keep on saving, but a good load of silage in the pit will be a great way to make money. Looking good. Okay, that's the end. 7 swaths. It's more than normal. Yeah, that's looking lovely. Okay, so yeah, the rest of this video can be done with the Ford. We need to put the bucket on to scoop up the grain. I'll just park this over here. But yeah, before we take the forks off, we are going to need them for the bale. Actually, I could probably fit 2 bales into there. That would be really helpful, because then we're not going to have to keep worrying about feeding them. And 3 bales should be more than enough to get them through to when the grass is ready to cut again. I always hit that door. Yeah, there's 4,500 litres in each. They already have something in the pit, in the trough. Why'd I call it a pit? Yeah, so that should be fine. Lots and lots of food. Okay. They'll take some of this immediately. Let's see how much. Oh, not too much. So yep, we'll get another one, push that one in. And then we just have the grain to give to the chickens. Better not hit that door again. We'll make sure we get everything done before we move on to August next time, because I think August is going to be a very hectic month. Quite rightly, it would be a busy time in real life. We're going to have several fields ready to harvest, then we'll have drilling to do. So yeah, we want to get all this grass done and dusted. Plus the grass will start to regrow if we don't sort it out. Right, so there's my bucket. We'll put the fork here so I don't lose it. I might even have some grain in it already, actually. Nope, I've emptied it. So over to the silo, where I now store my barley. Much neater than just tipping it on the ground. Wow, that was fast. I thought it was going to flip the tractor over. Okay. Now we need to carefully put it in their trough. There we go. Oh, and of course it does spill quite easily. But that is done. So, we will keep the rest in there because... let's just see actually, should we keep it in there? Yeah, we'll keep it in there. We'll keep the bucket here. And then next time we can use this tractor on the forage wagon. So there we go, thank you so much for watching, hopefully you've enjoyed it, and until next time, see you again very soon. Bye for now.